excuse me one second. Hello?
Hi. Would you be interested in switching over to TM?
Oh, gee, I can't talk right now. Why don't you give me your home number and I'll call you later? Oh, I guess you don't want people calling you at home.
No.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Handling telemarketers. Whether you do it like Seinfeld or you simply hang up the phone, it can be a pain in the neck. Roger Anderson thought those options were a little too easy, so he created a program called the Jolly Roger Telephone Company to do his bidding. He joins us live now on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline to tell us about what he's developed. Mr. Anderson, so what are you doing? Tell us about Jolly Roger and how it handles telemarketers.
Well, the Jolly Roger Telephone Company, it's essentially just basically a robot, some sophisticated automation of noise and silence detection, and all it does is it talks to telemarketers and keeps them engaged for a while. So a telemarketer will call into my system and into my home, and I can transfer it over to this robot, and you can too, by the way. And the robot will talk to them, and it's very polite, very patient, and very agreeable, but it just drives them crazy eventually because they can't get anything out of it, like a credit card number or anything like that.
Of course, the problem I have has nothing to do with humans calling my house. I get a lot of them, too, but I get an awful lot of cheery voices from people who, for the first 5 seconds, I assume are a live person, but they're not. It's a recording, and it's just waiting. So are those systems set up with prompts such that a robotic response would keep that thing engaged, too?
Oh, so it's maddening, right? They're starting to deploy robots now to waste your time. And so, yes, I have a robot now that will... So those robotic messages you're getting are two things. One, it's either truly just a pre-recorded message, but oftentimes you can press 1 and talk to a live agent, or it's actually someone just in a horrible call center with horrible noisy conditions, but they're using a soundboard and a computer, and they're just clicking pre-recorded messages trying to keep up with you and converse with you. But if you express interest, they will also transfer you to a live agent. And my robot is also typically capable of fooling those soundboard operators into thinking that it's convinced enough to move off to a live agent and waste that time as well.
You know, to some people, it may seem like a small issue, but you've talked to a lot of people. Just how aggravating is the issue of telemarketers?
Well, I had no idea that everyone hated telemarketers, right? It was, I hate them, and it was driving me crazy, and I work on telephone systems for a living, and so I figured, I should be able to do something about this. I'm a phone guy. I should be able to fix this. So I was able to prevent telemarketer calls into my home, but I just realized that my machine was blocking their machine, and so that's why I created then a robot to have their auto dialers cut through to an agent and try to take as much agent time as possible. That's what I'm trying to do.
So in simple terms, you're using a computer program and the call gets routed to the computer and that's where the fun begins?
Exactly. And in everyone else's case, there's a phone number on the jollyrogertelephone.com website where you can conference in. If you're using a smartphone, just add the call, conference in the robot. If you're at home with three-way calling, you can conference in the robot. Then just put yourself on mute and keep cleaning the kitchen, and the robot will take over and chat with the telemarketer.
And how much does it cost?
Currently, it's free, but it's been a crushing amount of traffic because of the interest so far. So it's free to everyone else. It's not free to me right now. So I've started a Kickstarter campaign to try to recoup some of these costs and actually develop this into a real service, because I've realized with all the interest out there that we can actually, it's not just a hobby, right? We can actually potentially disrupt the outbound telemarketing business by consuming human being time rather than machine time.
Watch out for that Nobel Prize. That could be next. Thanks.
Thank you.
Roger Anderson had it with the telemarketer calls, came up with a gadget, really a service, if you want to look at it that way, that he calls the Jolly Roger Telephone Company.
What a great idea. KCBS News Time, 5:36.